Howdy, howdy, howdy. Can you guys hear me? Are we good? Amazing. Good morning, guys. Day 10. Day 10. This is the final day. It's like the last day of vacation. You ever been on a 10-day vacation with someone or with family and friends, and on the last day, you're like, aw, it's over. Having this opportunity to spend these days. Sorry, guys, I know my camera is a little bit wonky today. I don't have the crispness of my usual webcam. I don't know what happened here, but we had a storm and all our power went off, and so all my stuff is reset. So I'm just using this crummy iMac camera and microphone. So I apologize if my voice is not fun or crispy, or if the camera is a little bit strange, but yes. So extremely excited about today. It's going to be an incredible session. So to kind of wrap things up, we've heard from incredible speakers over the last 9 days, going over their methodologies for agent outreach. Some were better than others, right? We don't need to deny the fact that we heard some extremely well-versed people getting to it, and some people really showed us what it can look like to struggle at it, and that's incredible. It's great to see all of it and to be able to work through what sounded right, what didn't sound right, what approaches worked, what approaches got stonewalled, and that gives us the data points we need to pivot, which is always what you need to do when things aren't working out, right? So if you're trying any form of lead generation and it's not working for you, maybe it's you and not the methodology, right? Maybe it's the way you're talking, maybe it's your tone, maybe it's the approach that you're putting out there, maybe it's your energy. I think that your state of mind 1000% is going to add a huge ingredient to your ability to connect with people on the other line. In addition to that, the words you choose to use, are they true? Are they real? Do they embody your reality? Super important. Now, again, calling has been the primary focus that we've had up until today. And today we're going to change a little bit, because some of you guys might still have crippling anxiety from calling. And you know what? The facts is that it's not meant for everybody. Not everybody is going to be someone who is talented at picking up the phone and having a connection via the phone. And that's totally okay. My business partner, Hunter, who, if you guys don't know him, is an incredible genius of a man. Young guy, but he hates communicating via telephone. I have been in business with him 5 years, known him much longer than that, 7. And our first year of communication, we didn't speak on the phone ever. He refused to take my calls, not because he thought he was too good for me. In fact, he was a kid. He was 17, right? He was 17. He was intimidated by getting on the phone with me because he had heard about me. He thought I might be mean or whatever. He just, in his whatever it is. Hunter hates talking down the phone. He can't stand it. His only method of speaking or communication was text message. He would only communicate via text. And him and I had done 50 transactions with each other over text message and had never had a phone call. So, that being said, the power of SMS, the power of texting is incredible. And today on our final day, what we are going to talk about is how we can pivot or switch our agent outreach from calling to texting. Yes, you can text agents. Woo! I know. I'm seeing them hearts, and you don't got to worry about do not call lists or do not communication. These are agents who are advertising their phone numbers in the world to be communicated with about real estate. And we've had opinion letter from multiple attorneys that have agreed that our positioning and how we approach real estate agents, you are able to absolutely use a mass texting platform to communicate with realtors, because they are in the business of selling houses or buying houses with or representing people to buy or sell, purchase or sell property, and you are engaging them for that purpose. So it is absolutely acceptable to text agents. Now, another amazing thing about Batch is they have this incredible platform called Batch Leads. You guys hear me mainly talk about Batch Leads about the comping software that's inside of Batch Leads, and I use it all the time. I love Batch's comping, but in that same platform is the ability to text, SMS. Yes, and it is powerful. So if getting on the phone with agents is nerve-wracking to you before you've built some rapport or before you guys have had some communication back and forth, this today is going to be life-changing, because you will learn how to leverage text message to communicate with thousands of agents and have plenty of conversations via text before you ever have to hop on a phone call. How dope is that? Oh, I'm reading in the chat here. You guys are some of you guys are like super excited about that. So there's anxiety, right? There's anxiety that some folks have about making calls. That's a natural thing. Don't feel weird about it. It's a normal. We're all different people. Yep, and some people just don't have that. My wife, for example, she's like not a big talker. She doesn't want to get on the phone and have long conversations. She would way rather communicate via text. I feel like sometimes if you call her, she thinks it's rude. Just text me. And a lot of agents would feel the same way too. If they're busy in the middle of their day, showing houses, taking listing appointments, doing the thing, they may not love that you call them. They may rather prefer you text them and then them get back to you later. Remember, a text message is a digital footprint, right? They will remember. They will go back in their messages and say, oh yeah, that person texted me. They want to buy a house. I better get back to them. And there you start the communication. So, Emily, if you would, I'd love to see in the feed our discount code for Batch Leads. If you are still using PropStream, guys, I'm not a negative person. I'm not going to say anything bad, but I highly recommend after the sale that PropStream just had that you start looking at a different data provider, because I think that their purposes for what they use the software are going to significantly change, and that is going to absolutely affect the service. So it's worth your while to really understand Batch and figure out the nooks and crannies of it. So if we can throw that link in the chat, batchleads.io/Jamil, guys, that'll get you an incredible discount with Batch. And I think that's dope, because this is such a great tool. Mychelle, are you here with us today?
Hi guys, how's it going?
Look at that. Lovely as ever.
Oh,
I got a lot of incredible feedback from your session yesterday. Mychelle, there you are.
can you hear me okay?
We hear you loud and clear.
Okay, perfect. All right. Awesome. Well, I am so happy that yesterday really helped some people out, and I'm really excited to show you guys how to text now. Yeah, there's so many forms of marketing, and I think it's really just figuring out what works for you and your business, and hopefully Batch can help.
Yes, yes. So yes, Janelle, it is different from Batch Dialer. Batch Dialer is a dialer software, so that's the software that you use to call. Batch Leads you can use to text, and you also can use it to pull lists. So as you can see, now we've been focusing mainly on real estate agents in this challenge, but Batch, you guys provide all different types of data. Can you give us a little bit of a breakdown on the different types of lists you guys provide, and then
Oh my gosh,
we
yeah.
will and then we before we get started, just give us a quick list of the list, and then we'll formally kick it off.
Yeah, of course. So you can obviously import your own data. So if you have data just sitting on your computer, plug that into Batch, and we'll show you what else is in those lists. So we provide quick filters to kind of give you a further view. So you may think it's just a high equity list that you imported, and then our quick filters will let you know if any are active, pending, or recently sold, or if any are currently in pre-foreclosure or have liens. So it gives you a lifetime view, or even the new vacants on that list or absentee owners. So we'll give you an in-depth view of what else is on there that you would have never known if it was just sitting on your computer. So that's how you can recycle old data with Batch Leads. And then you can pull new lists of properties through Batch Leads too. So we have hundreds of different, thousands of different combinations that you can do for filters on lists. I mean, you can pull, we can go through it. I'll give you
Yeah,
a
we'll go
demo,
through it.
but there are just so many different categories and filters and combinations, which I love. So you can really just play around with them and figure out what works best for you in your market, and just really find your niche lists within Batch Leads.
Awesome. Awesome. And everyone wants me to comment on the PropStream situation. So guys, PropStream had a very exciting thing happen for them. They were purchased by Security Title. Okay, so a title company purchased PropStream, and they're using PropStream for a different purpose now, right? So PropStream was primarily used as an outward-facing tool for investors like us to do what Mychelle just described: pull lists, skip trace, and just get MLS access across the nation. And many people had used PropStream very successfully for those purposes. And recently, after their sale to a title company, you can imagine they have a completely different use case for PropStream than what us wholesalers have as a use case for Batch Leads or PropStream. And so, again, you can expect that the tool is going to tailor very much what the title industry is looking for, and not so much what the wholesale industry is looking for. So
Interesting.
remember, guys, that title companies haven't necessarily all adopted wholesaling as a way to do business, right? Many title companies say, no, we won't do double escrows, we won't do assignments. And so, and in fact, a lot of those title companies that reject these types of deals are security title agents that are actually security title. Many security title offices won't do the types of deals that we do as wholesalers. So again, if you guys don't see the writing on the wall that the platform is going to change away from being a tool wholesalers use to a tool that title companies can use, then you're not following along close enough to how these things happen, right? And so again, I would highly recommend you guys really take notes today on how Batch Leads works, because it's an incredibly powerful tool. Now, Mychelle, as you know, before we get started, I'd love to kick us off in a little prayer. So if you're with us,
Let's do it.
guys, let's do it. Father God, we love you so much, Lord. Thank you for today. Thank you for blessing us all with breath, opening our eyes and bringing us here and giving us the mental faculties to be able to learn with each other, to grow with each other, to connect with one another. God, we are just so grateful for that. Lord, we ask that you make your purpose for each of our lives abundantly clear to us, so that the words we speak are your words, the steps we take, your steps, the actions we take, your actions. God, we pray that you guide us to those individuals that'll be of benefit to us, either financially or through a lesson that we need to learn, and that you deflect us from those individuals that would waste our time or bring us harm. Lord, we ask that for any of us that require any additional understanding of the concepts that we teach here, that you provide perfect clarity in our minds. And for any of us that need any additional mental, spiritual, emotional, physical healing in our lives, we just pray that you provide perfect healing in our lives. And Lord, it is with humble hearts and in your heavenly name we pray. In Jesus' name, amen. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Day 10, baby. Let's go.
Love it.
Come on now. Who's ready?
We're ready.
Who's ready?
All right.
Yeah, baby.
Let me
Come on.
share my screen real quick and we will get going. Let me know if you can see it. Okay, here we go. Can you guys see it okay?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, Jamil, let's do it. So we haven't done this in a long time.
I know. It's so fun.
We've had so much fun though, like coming up with scripts and texting people. And that's some of my advice. You guys just have fun with it. Like,
Yes.
it's great. So this is batch leads. Okay, so we have the dialer, we have batch leads, and we have a few other products too. But this is our number one, I would say, and it syncs with the dialer as well. So you can push lists of properties that are skip traced, or if you've texted them, you want to call them now, you can push them from leads into the dialer very easily. I can show you real quick how to do it.
So let's start off with I'm a complete moron.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm not calling any of us morons. I'm calling myself a moron. Okay. I'm a technical dum-dum. And I don't have a freaking clue what any of these things are. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm blank slate. Start me from here. What can I do with batch leads, Mychelle?
Oh my gosh, batch leads. So it's our all-in-one platform. So as I mentioned, you can import any properties manually, or you can upload, big bulk lists of properties that you have in here. You can skip trace, so you can get phone numbers, emails, contact info from the owners of the properties. You can list stack, which list stacking is basically taking all of your different lists and cross-referencing them basically. So you could have a high equity list, pre-foreclosure list, liens list, and the system will cross-reference all of the properties and show you what property is on each of those lists or on two of those lists.
The purpose of list stacking is that if we can find multiple points of distress on a property, then there's a higher likelihood that that property might have a sale event, correct?
Yep. Yeah, because there's multiple pain points. Yeah. So, you're just basically finding, and you wouldn't know if those were just sitting on your computer. You would have no idea that 101 Main Street was on two of your different lists that you had saved. So, with the click of a button in batch leads, you can stack them all together. It cross references and it'll say, hey, 101 Main Street is on three different lists. It's on high equity, liens, and pre-foreclosure. And so that way, like, you can really target those really motivated sellers. And one, it's going to save you money for skip tracing, right? Because you can start with your motivated leads. It's going to save you money with just marketing in general.
What's skip tracing?
Skip tracing, you skip trace a property. And we will skip trace not only the property address, but the mailing address as well.
But what is it?
It gives you phone numbers.
Oh, it gives you phone numbers. Okay.
Yeah, it gives you the owner's phone number. So that way you can call them or text them. And sometimes you'll get the email addresses too, and like the golden address, which is like where they reside. So
a golden address is where a property owner lives.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Okay. I'm telling you, I don't know anything. So we're starting from scratch. So Mychelle, I'd love for you to show us how to pull a list that has multiple pain points. And then I want you to show me how to load that list.
You got it.
And then I want to show you, and then I want you to show me how to fire.
How to get a hold of them.
Yes.
Perfect. And then, to get a hold of them, you can do all of that through here with texting or direct mail. So we have that within here as well.
Let's do it.
And there's a combination tool, which Jamil's very familiar with.
Yeah, guys, like, okay, so I don't know that we will necessarily, we're not going to get into the comping tool here
Yeah,
today because I
we
do
can
that
tune in
every
on
week.
Sunday.
And yeah, so you guys can catch me on Straight Outta Comping, and I use batch leads all the time. But yeah, let's search a list.
Perfect. So this is your menu here. So you've got the nationwide list search, okay? And we do pull from MLS and a bunch of other proprietary data providers, and we update this info daily, which is awesome. Properties are basically your properties. It's your book of business. They're all of the properties you've uploaded in here that you want to work with, everything you've ever skip traced, and then you have SMS direct mail campaigns, your inbox where you can text people back and forth, and then reports. So
Cool.
that's kind of the main rundown. So let's go ahead and go to the list search. And where do we want to go?
Oh, let's just, since we're here in beautiful AZ,
Yeah.
let's pull a list here.
Okay. We'll do, and you can search by city, state, zips, counties. So here we go. And it's on satellite, but I prefer the map view. It's a lot less busy for my eyes. Um, and then, so you can see here, we've pulled up 480,000 properties right now. There's no filters on these. This is
Or
just
we should
what's
pull a
been
list of
pulled up.
California homeowners and just say, "Hey, do you still live in California?" When they say yes, we just say, "Why?
Yeah. Do you want to get out?
Why?" Okay,
Do you want to
sorry.
be free? Okay, boundaries. So you can do, like, let's say you want to do a specific part of an area. You can kind of zoom in and, you know,
I
pick
I want I
boundary or
want
whatever.
to I want to move to a gated I want to move to a gated area because I've had some interesting mail, and ever since the television show happened, I've some interesting shit at my house. So let's see if we can find some distress in areas where there's gated communities.
Yeah, of course. Okay, let me go to, I'm just going to keep Phoenix up just in general. Okay, so now we're going to go to filter and we're going to filter down these 480,000 properties. So what you can do is we've got occupancy status, so owner occupied absentee filters, in state or out of state, vacancy. I'll just go through these really quick. Property characteristics. All right, so you can open this
Okay,
and
so we've talked about before. A list I really like is going after people that are obvious empty nesters. So what's an empty nester? Somebody who is in middle age, their kids have left, and they are basically getting their second chance at adulthood alone, right? And oftentimes those people lived in houses that were way too large for them because they had kids, but now the kids are all gone and they still got a big ass house. And so
Mhm.
that is a great group of people to talk to you about a potential sale event. So maybe let's try that. Let's show people how to pull a list like that.
Perfect. So obviously we're going to focus on square footage, right, of
Yep.
the home.
So
So
I think if you're like an empty nester, anything over 2,000 square feet, so it's a little bit excessive.
mhm,
So
we
why don't we have that 2,000 square feet?
perfect. So put 2,000 square feet, and you can see the filters up here. If you ever want to clear it, you'll just click that button and it'll clear that filter.
And I'd say anything over 4 bedrooms, like 4 bedrooms or more, like, come on, right? You're
Perfect. Yeah, that's a
55
lot.
years old. You don't need 4 bedrooms.
And then now age, you mentioned age. So that's
Yeah.
going to be under demographics here.
So let's
Um,
call it like 50-year-old or higher.
okay, perfect. So we can put 50 and we can do household size too. So if I want maximum 2 people, right? We can do that. And let's see here. Yeah, so there's so many filters, you guys. Like we kind of joke that you could even like use this as a dating service to pull a millionaire. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
But for like
damn.
investors and
Oh,
things like that, we always
damn.
joke
All the
about
single
that.
ladies are like, what? I'm going to pull a list of millionaire dudes
Uh,
and just like put my
Bachelor
yoga pants
leads,
on
that's
and
what we
walk in
should
front of
call it.
those houses.
Yeah, I call it bachelor leads. Okay, so we will,
Damn.
and then you can apply these filters here. But okay, so we have MLS status. You can make sure that it's off the market, which is, I feel like a really popular filter to put it on there. So we'll make sure it's not active or pending or anything like that.
Okay.
We do have pre-foreclosure filters. So if you want to pull a pre-foreclosure list, or maybe you want to niche down your list even further, you can play with those and see how it brings your list down if it's a little too big for you. Ownership info, you can make sure that you're only pulling individuals if you don't want to pull any LLCs. Doesn't hurt to pull LLCs in batch because if LLCs are hard to skip trace. So if you don't know this, they have about a 50% hit rate. That's just normal. That's why people put them in LLCs, right? And but it doesn't hurt to skip trace LLCs through batch because you're only going to pay for the information that
That
you
you
actually
get.
get back. Yeah.
Got it.
So if you don't get a hit, you don't pay for that skip trace order. Okay. So ownership info, you can do length of ownership. So if you want to make sure that they haven't recently purchased this property, we could put like at least 2 years of ownership on there, right?
Okay.
Lien and bankruptcy and divorce information. So you can pick lien types, things like that. Valuation and equity. I would say it's very important that there's equity in the home so that way there's motivation there so that they can cash out on. There's wiggle room for negotiation, right? So, usually we say 30% higher equity. Is that correct, Jamil, that you
Yep.
would say? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll put 30% or higher. And do you want to do an estimated value so that way you're not pulling like $1 million mansions or anything like that?
Yeah, let's go 650 or lower.
Okay, so I'm going to put the max at 650.
I can't even believe like 650 is now
I
like
know.
mid-range house. It used to be over in Phoenix, guys. If you lived in a house that was like more than 400 grand, you were rich.
Yeah, it's so true. Like I feel like the average house price was like 180. It's crazy. All right, so there we go. And then we've got mortgage info, and then you can pull cash buyers list. So if you need to pull lists of investors, again, we do have those filters there for kind of the end of the deal.
Okay.
So let's see what we get.
And I think you and I should do a little series of like niche lists, and we'll do little quick YouTube videos of
Yeah.
new different niches. And so guys, stay tuned to my YouTube channel for really quick vids where we pull little niche lists that are going to be great for you to use. And then you can just follow along to like the newest type of list that we're getting good results from, and then try it out yourself. And so guys, if you want to see Mychelle and I do videos like that, go into the chat right now and write, Michelle's awesome.
Love it. And that would be cool too, because I feel like different markets are different too. Like obviously Arizona and Florida, we kind of have a higher retirement community, right? So just thinking strategically about your geographical location too, and kind of what's relevant to that area is super great. And, if you want to get into virtual wholesaling, like kind of putting your mind in that mentality, like doing research on that area and kind of like what would be relevant for lists. Yeah,
Cool.
that'd be awesome. All right, so again, just to recap, we've got Phoenix, Arizona, 4 bedrooms or more, 2,000 square feet or more, off market, 2 years at, minimum 2 years of ownership, 650 or below for price, 30% higher equity, 50 or above age range, and household
Cool.
size too. And
Let's
we
see it.
took it from 480,000 down to 2,900.
So
So,
guys, I mean, that list, it's only how much would it cost for me to skip trace that list?
oh my gosh, probably like $50. Let's
50
see here.
bucks?
Yeah, let's do some
Okay.
math. So if you're at
Hey,
49 or
Mychelle,
14 cents, yeah?
let's skip trace that whole list and let's give it away to somebody
Okay,
today.
maybe a little bit more than that.
What is it, 400 bucks it said?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
I'm bad at math.
I'll cover it.
All right. That's awesome.
Okay, so guys, if anyone's just kind of like, hey, I wanna check this list out. I wanna try that list. That's a great list, right? That's a great list. So here's what we're gonna do. Mychelle, I want you to skip trace that list. And before we're done today, somebody in the chat, we're gonna just randomly pick it. Okay.
So make sure you get your
Someone in the
chat
chat.
in.
Yes. So guys, make sure you got batch leads. You can only win if you have batchleads.io/Jamil. So just go quickly, do that, and you'll get the list. Okay, you'll get the
Oh,
list.
that's
I'm
awesome.
gonna cross reference. I'm gonna cross reference it with who has an active account. So do it. Go 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 do
That's
it.
so exciting. And also, you guys, out of these 2,900, not only do we know the filters we put on there, but now the system is telling me what else is in there. So whoever gets this list, you're also getting 6 pre-foreclosures, 90 tired landlords, 13 vacant properties, 147 liens, and 139 expired listings, which means they've tried to list their home within the past 3 years.
So walk us through skip tracing this list.
Okay, so we're going to select it, all right, and then we're going to add it into our property section. So I'm telling the system, hey, I want all of these. So I'm going to add it and create a new list, and I'm going to put 10-day, I'm just going to name it so that way I know where to go.
Okay.
So 10-day challenge, and then I'm going to save it to our database. So this may take a minute or so since it's a larger list, but now it's taking it all from the map and it's putting it into our properties here.
Okay. So that's where your pulled lists go, is into properties.
Yep. Yep. That's
Okay.
where all of them go. So you can see I have a little over 217,000 properties in here. So now we're going to filter that list out off the name. So I put 10-day challenge, and then I'm going to apply that filter and it's going to pull those properties. So it's uploading right now. We'll give it a few minutes. We can skip trace it after too if you want, but I'll show you how to do it real quick. I can do these ones since I have enough in my
I want to show
wallet.
everybody how we skip trace.
Yeah,
Go slow.
Perfect. So far I have 200 downloaded right now from the map search. It's still going, but I'm just going to select all of these right here. And then I'm going to go actions. And it's so easy, you guys. From here, I can just click skip trace.
So you had
And
to select them all first, right? You selected them all, went to actions, and then skip traced. Okay.
Yep, that's it. And then we're going to name it. So I'm going to put 10-day challenge. And I'm going to name this part 1 since it's only a portion of the list. And then you can see here, this is an estimated cost. So the total cost is going to be $20 if I get a 100% hit rate. If I don't, you're not going to pay for what doesn't come back. So we can do pay now, and we'll just click skip trace. And now it's ordered it here. So I can go and take a look at it. So we can see it's working, it's processing, and I'm just going to click refresh. Might take a minute or so, but I'll show you. I did this one earlier today. It was 290 records. I got 289 back, so only one didn't come back with a hit. So I had a 99.66% hit rate. 3 matches in the system. So one of the amazing benefits of skip tracing with batch leads is you only pay to skip trace it once. So if it appears as a match on another list, it's a duplicate, right? Like in your system, then you're not going to pay for it. So I saved 30 cents here. You can see in past orders, I've saved 21, 15, 22. I have a client that literally saves like a couple hundred per order.
The Indian in me got really excited at saving that 30 cents, I have to say. Oh, we lost you. Your speaker's gone. No, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. No, Mychelle. Hey, Mychelle. We can't hear you. She'll come back.
All right. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we hear you now.
Okay, good. Sorry, guys. I don't know what is going on with my headset. Okay. I think it's going through my computer now. So
yep. It's a little bit louder now, and it's all good.
Okay. All right, guys, bear with me. I can try and put them on in just a second too. All right. So, oh my gosh, it is so loud in here. Just give me 1 second, you guys.
Okay.
I'm going to figure this out.
Hey, that'll give you guys a chance to go and get this sign up right now. So here, while Michelle's getting her things figured out, I'm gonna put in the code for batch leads. Go sign up, and you can be entered. If you already have it, cool. Don't worry. Then you'll automatically be okay. And if you are not, somebody today is going to get that skip trace list. It's probably worth about $400, she said, right? $450 or something like that. I'm paying for it. I'll buy it.
Okay. Can you guys hear
And if
me
you
okay?
already have batch leads, you are going to be entered. And I'm just going to randomly select it. Okay, we'll randomly select it before the end of today. And the winner of the trip to Phoenix to come hang out at our office and go to the meetup is going to be announced on Wholesale Hotline on Monday. So if you guys have not caught Wholesale Hotline ever, come to Monday's hotline. It's going to be dope. You're going to find out who is the winner of the trip to Phoenix. While Michelle's getting that figured out, guys, you can go to batchleads.io/Jamil. I'm going to randomly select somebody from the chat, Scotty. Oh, if for the trip to Phoenix, that was we selected that individual a few days ago. So we already know who that is for the trip to Phoenix. We're just announcing it on Monday. The list we're going to give away today. We did select the $500 in marketing. Emily, did you? Did we? I know that we sent the money to somebody. So Emily, can you hop in real quick and tell us about that?
Hey.
Hi.
Yeah,
I see you're not turning your camera on, guys. So that means Emily hasn't done her hair yet.
No, I haven't. I look insane. I have not been sleeping as my toddler has had the flu, so it's been kind of rough.
We're sorry about Sky. I know, Mom, you had got mommy duty and you've been taking care of a sick baby, and Greg's not feeling well either, right?
No.
So that's 2 sick babies.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we sent the 250. Jacob Simpson selected his own 250, and Jamil and I sent 250 to this awesome guy. He's in the military. He has a new baby, and yeah, he's gonna do great things with it. It's gonna help him out.
Awesome. Do you have a name? Can we share the name?
Oh shoot, I would have to look in your DMs.
Okay, well, if you have a chance before we end today, I'd like to just give that person a shout out.
Yeah, let's do it. I think I actually texted you guys a screenshot. Let me see.
All right, guys.
You're back.
I'm back. I'm having technical difficulties with that mic.
It's all good. It's all good. We've been doing a little bit of housekeeping here with Emily. Okay, cool, Emily. I'll get that from you later.
Okay, I'm looking it up right now, so I'll just.
Okay.
I will let you know in 1 second.
And I think Marina Yamamoto won as well.
All right. Okay, guys. So we are back. Just bear with me. There's a meeting going on out of the office. So
every Friday you guys have like lunch there, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. So TTP comes in, their whole team, and
if you guys don't know TTP, he's like a bull in a china shop.
He's a loud guy.
He's the loudest.
But we love him and his energy. So it's great. So, okay, guys, so we just finished skip tracing this. So it was 100% hit rate. We found 44 matches in the system. So Jamil saved $4.40. Woo-hoo. That's great. So that's how easy it is to skip trace. It's amazing. You can download the results right here. We put them in a report for you. Okay. You can kind of open it up and I'll show you what that looks like. You get the name, last name, and then we give you up to 10 phone numbers, and you can see we score them. So we're saying, hey, this is their mobile number, and it has 100% score rate. So we're like 100% sure that this is the owner's phone number. So yeah, we will score those numbers for you, which is great. And we'll let you know if they're mobile or landline as well. So super helpful there. So that's what a skip trace report looks like.
Okay.
But now if we want to push this into a text campaign, you're just going to go properties, go to the list. Let's see how we're doing. Okay, so the whole list has been uploaded. So we can we can skip trace the whole thing if we want.
Yeah, let's do that because that's the one we're going to give away.
Okay. So we will.
Do I need to put money on here? What do I do?
Actions. Let me have them put money on here. Hold on. Let me text my person. Okay. All right. So let's do some, do you want to make some scripts while they're loading?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So we're going to skip trace this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to give this list away. But we want to show you how to text agents, right?
Correct.
That's what we're going to do. So in the meantime, they're going to load funds onto my wallet. So while we're waiting, I'm going to show you guys how to do the SMS settings. So that way you can create your templates and
let's show people how to load a list. So let's get an agents list. Let's show them how to load that agents list up into the texting platform. Perfect. And then we'll send out text messages.
Awesome. All right. So we're going to go to properties, which we're already here. And then we're just going to click import. Okay. You can do single imports where you can manually enter one person, but we're going to do a big bulk import. So I'm just going to click here. And then I downloaded one. Here we go. Arizona.
If anybody, I'm seeing people in there. If anybody needs a copy of a replay from one of our 9 days or the 10 days, just email emily@jdamji.com. I'll put it in the chat and she will email it to you.
That would be awesome. Okay, so we're uploading Arizona Realtors here. I'm going to click next, and we are just going to map out the information. So we can map out phone.
People are asking where to get a realtors list. My Astro Flipping people are in the chat. They will give you agents list, guys. Sammy, Mariah, or the link is right there. You can click it, go.astroflipping.com, secret agent schedule. Click on that, and that's how you can get an agents list. Okay, Sammy, Mariah, and Pete. Sammy, Mariah, and Peter are in the chat. Click on that. Okay, sorry. Let's start again.
No, you're good. You're good.
Go back. I'm goldfish. I forgot what we're doing. What's my name? Okay.
So we are uploading a list of Arizona Realtors into the system. I just want to make sure I map out the right number. Hold on. Okay, so phone 1 is going to be the correct one. Okay, so
what did you just do and why?
So I just remember that one time we were dialing office numbers?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm making sure I'm mapping out the right column in here. So that way we are texting the actual cell phone numbers.
So that's very important. I want you to don't just pretend we know nothing. I need to know all the things you're doing and why. Yeah. Because these guys are going to have the same problem. Mm-hmm. So we only want to text cell phones, not landlines. And what did you do to make sure that that's what we're doing?
Yeah, so I opened up the raw file and I'm looking. So you can see we have first name, last name, the realtor's address, And then it looks like we removed all of the other numbers just to save confusion. So phone number 1 is the column I want to be mapping out because this has all of the cell phone numbers in there.
Okay.
So make sure you read your raw file and you know which column is the correct column to map out. Okay.
Okay.
And you can change this too. So if I really want to remind myself, I can change this column to say cell phone numbers, or whatever is going to work for you.
Emily, can you change the bit.ly link in the pinned comment because they're saying that link's not working? Just change it to the go.astroflipping one. Thank you, Em.
Perfect. So now that I double checked, so I'm going to upload this list and now I know exactly what column to map out. So I don't even need to map out phone 2, phone 3, phone 4. These columns don't have phone numbers, but I just verified that the column that's labeled phone number 1 has all of the cell phones in there.
Beautiful.
So now we're just going to make sure it's mapping out the first name. First name, last name, and then property address, property, city, state, zip. So we are good to go. I'm going to click next. And then now I'm just going to assign it to a list. So I'm going to add a new list because I don't have any realtor lists in here. So I'm just going to put Arizona Realtors and then click done. And then now I'm just going to save this file into my, basically my contact book, right? So we're going to click submit here. So it's going to start uploading all of those phone numbers for me. And while it's doing that, so there we go. So status, it's processing. So yeah, it's going to start downloading all of those
40,000 cell phones. Oh my God, that's millions of dollars in leads.
Oh my goodness. At least. Okay, so now we're going to go to settings and we'll go to SMS settings. And this is where you're going to purchase phone numbers, set up your templates,
just saying, how much would it have cost to skip trace the 40,000 leads there that we did?
Well, it depends on what plan you're on. So I get mine for 10 cents. So $4,000.
Yeah. So guys, just the AZ list that I skip traced was $4,000. And I have that for the entire country. And I'm giving it away to all my Astro students. Click on Sammy's link.
That's amazing.
The whole freaking list.
That's crazy.
I broke the bank. I know. I don't know what I was doing. I was just like, one day I had too many cocktails and I was like, skip trace everything.
You went on a skip tracing shopping spree.
Yep.
Here's where you're going to pick phone numbers to text with. So you can just purchase those phone numbers here. They are $1 each per month. But you can select your market and you can purchase a minimum of, 1 to 5, however many phone numbers you want. You can purchase.
Oh, guys, the batches skip tracing that somebody asked on accuracy, so the reason why I mess with batch, guys, I love them at batch, but I didn't build a relationship until I knew that their software was good. In fact, one of the owners of batch, Jesse, and we didn't even like each other. I was always like, that guy's kind of he's kind of mean. And so I didn't even want to crack to the guy for the longest time because I was like, this guy's kind of not my people. I think he's a little mean. He's a little abrasive. And then their data was so damn accurate that I'm like, oh man, I guess I got to be friends with Jesse. And so we became really good friends. And actually, he's not abrasive at all. He's a wonderful man.
He's a softie.
Yes. I had created in my head, I thought, oh, he was, but you know what? Sometimes you project who you are onto other people. So what really it was I was abrasive.
There you go.
Yep.
Someone asked what the difference is between batch leads, phone numbers, and dialer. So these are for SMS, so simple messaging system. So they're for texting. And the dialer are DID numbers, which is direct inward dialing numbers. So they can't text, and these ones can't call. So they're totally designed for two different things. Yeah. So yeah, these are $1 per month. You can send about 1,000 sends per day through our platform.
Okay.
And then you can text.
So we can text 1,000 agents today.
1,000 agents today. And we can text unlimited in the inbox back and forth. So it's
Okay.
like 1,000 new agents.
You want to text all 1,000?
Yeah.
Is that crazy?
Let's do it. No.
Or are we being crazy?
It'll take like 2 minutes. I'll show you guys how to do it.
Okay.
So these are all of my templates. I have one for like first contact, follow-up campaigns, land
Okay,
spots.
let's create templates.
So we're gonna do agent template. Okay.
So these are the templates that we're gonna send these are the text messages that the agents are gonna see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And we need at least 10. And before you get started, just make sure you read these list of not recommended words.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, we keep you guys up to date on what words are being blocked by carriers or screened by carriers. So, if you say interested, selling, offer, property, COVID-19, I know this is really random. I know this is out of the blue. I know this is a shot in the dark. Okay, like the most salesy lines out there, you're going to get flagged. So yeah, just kind of stay away from those words or a combination of those words for the first message. So your goal, especially when texting potential sellers, realtors, obviously it's going to be a little different. We can have more fun with it. But when you're texting sellers, if you want to start getting them to engage, your first thing should be to try and verify the owner. Like, hey, is this Susie? Or, hey, I hope I have the right number. Is this Susie? Right? And then they'll be like, yeah, this is Susie. Who is this? So now they're not lying to you, right? You kind of got them. And then you can kind of pitch to them in that second message. So
Got it.
Yeah.
So since we're talking to agents here, I think we should start off with need help with hello, I need help with a home purchase. Are you available? Straight and to the point. I want you to help me buy a house.
Oh, that's good.
Straight to the point and honest. Hey.
And these are tokens. So I'm putting a token for their first name. So it'll auto-populate the realtor's first name.
Can you help me buy a house?
About looking for a new home. Can you help me? And then first name.
Yep. How
And
about first name Cash, last name Buyer? My name is Cash Buyer.
Oh, you want me to say first name?
So cheesy. I bet you they respond
Cash.
to get lost. But why not? We'll just try it out. First name Cash, last name Buyer. Haha. Can you help me? What's next? I like this Chris Voss style. You're probably too busy to help me, but I need to buy a home. Ooh, that's fire.
Perfect. Okay. 4 more. What do the people say? Guys, help us.
Let's say, have you come across any ugly houses lately?
Whoops, I can't spell. Okay.
Interviewing agents. I'm interviewing agents to help us with a purchase. That's the Mychelle style. She interviews the agents to work with her. Is she the boss?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm interviewing agents to help me with purchase. And then what did you say?
Can you help? Or are you interested?
All right. All right. Help, I'm trying to buy a house. That's a good one.
Yeah. And then maybe after that, help, I'm trying to buy a house. I'm sure you get this all the time.
I'm ready with cash. Okay, 2 more.
How about this market is on fire, just like your last headshot. I'm kidding. Don't say that. That's gross. The market's so hot. I'm having a really hard time. I'm having trouble finding a great agent. Can we chat?
Okay. And then maybe I'll put their last name here.
Ooh, I love this one. Renee's, you're probably winding down for the holidays, but I'm looking for an agent who's still working. Ooh, that is good.
But I'm looking for an agent that's what?
That's still working.
Okay.
That's legit.
How about are you available to chat? And then I'll put their first name. Okay, so we can keep going. Minimum is 10. So
Okay, how many we got? 10? Let's go.
10. Yeah, so we're
send
ready.
these 10 beauties out to the world, guys. Let's see what we get.
Perfect. And this is a backup template. Do we want to change it?
Yeah. Backup, say, looking for, no, let's just start. Let's make the backup, hey, or hi, looking for a realtor to help me. That's it.
Okay. Okay, and the backup template is just in case there is no first name or anything to fill the token, then it'll auto default to that. So
Okay.
don't put any tokens in the backup template.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna save. We have some words that say purchase cash interested. Are you sure you want to save template? I'm just gonna save it. Risk
Okay.
it for the biscuit. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go properties, and then we're gonna filter out that agent list or realtors. Realtor. There it is. Okay. So I'm gonna grab this list.
Just slow. Go slow. You're
Sorry.
clicking too fast.
Sorry.
So just what did you do there?
So I saved our templates.
Okay.
Ooh, and look at my
There you
sugar
go.
daddy
Boom.
put money in there
Baller.
for me.
Hot dollar baller.
All right. So we're going to go to properties, right? So that way we can pull our list
Okay.
that we want to text.
Okay.
I went to filter and I typed in the list that I want to send into texting, right?
Okay.
So I put Arizona Realtors. I clicked apply filter.
Okay.
And then now it's still uploading those properties, but we're going to work with what we've got. So I am going to select all.
So this is we're not texting property owners now. We're texting realtors.
We're texting realtors. Yep.
So that's got to change, right?
What was that?
Well, because those are all property addresses. So how do we get rid of those?
I grabbed all the contacts. I know it says property address, but I selected all the contacts. So those are the
those are the
realtors.
addresses of the agent. Like
Yeah.
got it.
Of the
Sorry.
agents. Yeah. No, you're fine.
Okay.
So now we're going to go actions and we're going to add to campaign. And then we're going to put it in an SMS campaign. And then we're going to create a new
Ooh,
one.
okay. We're gonna call it Agent Awesome.
Agent Awesome. And then I'm going to pick my phone numbers. So this is Arizona. So I'm going to use my Phoenix phone numbers for texting. And then time zone, Arizona.
Why do we care about this? Why are we doing all these things?
So
Why time zone?
time zone, because we're TCPA compliant, which is
What does that mean?
We follow all they're basically the texting guidelines and laws. So TCPA is who creates all the guidelines and laws, and they're always changing, and we're always updating our system to remain compliant with them. And so,
why is that important?
So you don't get sued.
Okay.
Basically, so you don't get in trouble. So you're able to text between 8:30 a.m. and 8 p.m. in that time zone. So it's really important. Like if you're working on the East Coast, make sure you're texting them between their 8 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. and 8 p.m.
So for you whippersnappers out there who want to like do virtual and are just obsessed with working, you could get up at like 5 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, and start working on the East Coast, and then go late into the West Coast.
100%.
Yep.
So that's one of the rules. And then Phoenix phone numbers, you want to make sure that you're using phone numbers that they're going to recognize, because they're going to be more responsive, basically. So that's why I am using those guys right there. All right. And then we are going to save changes. I'm going to skip this. Don't worry about this. We're skipping that. And then it is importing this list right now into this campaign. So I'm just going to click refresh. And let's see. So it's still uploading.
Okay. Define number. What is that? Define a number they recognize.
What was that?
What does it mean when you say a number they recognize? Like it's actually somebody that they've talked to before.
Code. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm texting with like a 602 area code.
Got it. Cool.
Or a 480. It's a Phoenix area code.
Yep,
So they're gonna because they're from Arizona.
Cool.
So you can see the contact is here. We're gonna select our templates that we created. So agent template. And here's one of our agent templates. And then here's the number I'm sending from. It is still uploading those in here, but we can start texting. So what we're going to do is, so you have to click to send. That's another TCPA guideline.
So every time we send a text message, you got to click.
Got to click, because there has to be human interaction between each message sent. Otherwise, you're considered a bot. And that is against. So any service that blasts messages for you, please know that's not TCPA compliant, and you can get in a lot of trouble. So gonna click send here, and you can see it rotates the contact, the message, and then my phone number. But you can see how fast you can send these out.
Ooh, look at you. She's a clicker. So we're gonna get all 1,000 of these things out.
Yeah.
I'd love to see you on like Modern Warfare.
I am not a gamer. Oh my gosh.
No, I'm not a gamer either. My wife's a gamer.
I don't have the patience.
She is legit.
That's awesome. And it'll let you know. See, it got blocked because I don't know. There's something in there I didn't like.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's the click of money, guys. That's the sound of money.
Yeah. See, we've already, in like 30 seconds, I've sent out like over 200 text messages.
Listen to that. You hear all that money? You hear all that money?
Cha-ching, cha-ching. Or you can hit your space bar on your laptop or your computer and just send those out.
It sounds more like money when you use a mouse.
Cool. Okay. So we sent out all of those messages. We sent out 318.
Now, just a caveat, guys. Texting agents is not going to get you the same kind of results that calling agents like Cyrus or, Jonah or any of these guys had. Like the results when you call people will always be an engaging conversation, right? And so some of these agents, some of these messages we might get back might not be the sweetest, but we're not looking for sweet, we're looking for help. Okay?
Exactly.